Gonna press record now, and then let me just switch it to the view options, so that way our speaker will be.
Oh, that's okay. We can put someone else on the screen.
Hey, you know, you're the woman of the hour today, so go ahead, Kathy, whenever you are ready.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for attending and putting pizzazz and profit into your marketing plan. That's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm really glad you're all here with us, and I hope I can give you some fun tips and effective things to use in your own plan. So if you feel free to just jump in there if you have any questions as I'm going through this, and we'll kind of try to make it fun and light, and we'll have questions and answers at the end too. But basically our program outline is, what is your pizzazz and how do you profit from it? How do you find your pizzazz? And we'll show you how to do that, and how to promote your pizzazz and make sure that you're making a profit at it as well. And then we'll do some question and answers, and there's some free stuff too for you. So things have changed since 1995. It's when I started my business. And if you always did what you always done, you always get what you always got. So that's my favorite quote. And since I started my business, we were basically doing telemarketing and direct mail. Like, who does that anymore, right? I mean, there's been a lot of changes in the marketing industry and obviously in businesses as a whole. So in 2009, because of my work with the Trenton Business Association, I also started a little paper and called the Trenton Trib. And then later, through some pizzazzing, we also came up with the Island Beacon and the Downriver Current. And then fast forward to the pandemic in 2020, and also in line with our succession plan, we decided to close the business after 13 years of producing good news in the area. So during that time, I also continued to work with Market Insights clients, and specifically we continue work on yearly marketing plans, creating ad copy, video, podcasting scripts, website, blog content, press releases, e-news and e-blast campaigns, as well as other on-site kind of training. But the most fun thing I do with clients is brainstorming. So once they know what their goals are, or maybe what the problem is with their business, I help them bring it to action, okay? So sometimes problems may be a bad online review or a duplicate Facebook page, something like that. So we explored strategies to overcome the problem for that. And with our Trib team, for example, we would brainstorm once a year, and Andrea and Beth can attest to this. Once a year, we would brainstorm and follow up every quarter. And so then we came up with really cool ideas like mystery location section, or a cutest pet section, interesting neighbor. And then we came up with this program called the Trenton Team Trib Patreon program. So, you know, that was pretty profitable for our business as well. And then we also came up with ideas like that helped us work better as an organization, like ways to track our ads better and things like that. But through brainstorming, we also discovered our weaknesses, which the inability, for example, for the Trib, it was inability to control our printer. So basically, sometimes they didn't have the color right, they didn't have the ads right. So we couldn't control that. So, but we know we could build our strengths, which was our relationship building and consistent distribution numbers and owning our own mistakes and things like that. So we evaluated these things once a year in a brainstorming session. And we also looked for ways to add value to our clients by we added posts to our Facebook page for our advertisers, on our website, in our paper, and other ways. And everyone came up with great ideas. There was no bad idea. There was just some ideas they didn't make the action plan. So with all that being said, brainstorming is your pizzazz, okay? So the way we start our brainstorming sessions normally is we either do some chi movements, and this is called cloud hands. We get the chi moving, and we just kind of get all the negative energy out of the air. Or sometimes I buy lunch or dinner, sometimes even wine. That also works for brainstorming sessions. So that's where I would start. And BS, as I like to call it, brainstorming, is used for either growth or to solve your business problems. Okay. So think about your business, your specific business. What is your main goal right now? And what is your main main problem that you want to solve? Does anyone have one of those on the tip of their tongues by chance? If not, I would say Jessica's probably always looking for ideas for membership growth for the chamber, right?
Always.
So how can we brainstorm for Jessica today and increase membership for the chamber? So one idea, but they already did it, was their beautiful referral program, right? So you just bring a referral to Jessica and you're going to get $50 off your membership for next year, I believe is the program, which is a great idea. And I'm sure you did that through some brainstorming. Right. So
absolutely.
You hold open houses, and I know you do that already. You know, you bring people in that may be interested in the chamber and, do that type of thing. And I bet you also do at least visits to potential clients like once a week, if not more, I'm sure. Right. So what other things, could we do to help, Jessica increase that, because they are great on social media. They are great on all the medias that are basically out there. And so that would be something that I would suggest, getting with Ron on a monthly basis to say, hey, Ron, either buy me some wine or buy me lunch, and let's brainstorm how else can we get these clients in the door. And it might be something really wacky, we, like, for example, the Rotary Club last year, no, 2 years ago now, I see time's flying. I was the president of the Trenton Rotary Club, and we usually had a fundraiser that raised about $25,000 for the club every year. But it was basically an event at a venue, some kind of theme. So we've had the Beach Blast theme, we've had a Detroit theme, we've had the Shamrock theme the last few years, and we couldn't hold that in 2020, right? So what did we come up with after a little brainstorming? We came up with a 30-day raffle that we did online. And again, different little elements with it every day, but basically every day at 12, you would see us on Facebook live, and we would pull a raffle winner. That program, bottom line, no expenses, $30,000 we raised for the club. So things like that, brainstorming, that's why I just think it's so fun and so beneficial. So the idea is first get a diverse group of people or your own team members, and start writing down all the ideas you can think about how to either solve your goal or solve your problem. And this is your pizzazz again. So the idea, then you want to sort your ideas and narrow down your ideas and make sure that those ideas you come up with actually make a profit. I know I was talking to someone the other day, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. It'll be so fun. But how do we make money at it? So that's the next step. You take that cool idea, but how can we make money at it now? Remember that I never thought I would own a newspaper or know how to do a podcast when I started my business. And so actively brainstorming and consistent planning really helped that come to fruition. So with that kind of being the background of brainstorming, I would ask you to answer these questions for yourself and for your business. So first thing, do you have a catchphrase and a logo? And of course, here's my little catchphrase and my little logo that I've been using since 1995. Do you have a mission statement? I've changed my mission statement over the years because I used to have business from everywhere from Sault Ste. Marie to Toledo, Ohio. And then I decided, oh, you know what? I want to have kids. That's not going to really work, me running around all of the states all the time. So I decided probably about 20 years ago that I wanted to be a niche marketing company specializing in downriver only. So there's enough business down here, believe it or not. That's what I came up with. So, make sure you're very specific at what those two things are. And then you can go on and say, again, what are my short and long-term goals? What do I need to have happen tomorrow so I can have my long-term goals, come into effect, and write those down. And those might be those little things that you've had in your brainstorming session. Those are your short and long-term goals. You're taking those and you're sorting through them and you're placing them all down, and that works out to be your action plan. Or if you don't have those short and long-term goals, what's your biggest problem that you want to face right now? Maybe there is a reputational problem and you really want to turn it around. I had a client one time that just one thing was said online, and it turned into a big viral thing that was not very good. And we caught it in time to like start shutting things down, shutting the people that were posting it down, but we wanted to do something more to repair. So you've got to kind of have a plan of what am I going to do to tackle this problem to make sure that we're helping what our mission is, right, for the company. So, and then you want to take a look at, who are your current clients? There might be some clients on there that you might want to get rid of. They're not just, they're at too low of a rate, or they're just not very fun to deal with. I've done that a couple of times. I had to fire a couple of clients. So you want to look at your current clients. Who do you like? Who do you want to get more of? And that's the next question. What kind of clients would you like to have? There's some really cool clients out there that I'm like, oh, they can afford to pay me this every month, and I know I could do a good job for them. So that's the kind of client that I want to go after and I want to select. And then what is your current product or service mix? So I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier on my service mix, marketing plans, ad copy, video, podcast scripts, website, blog, press releases, you got it. So, you have your product mix too. So we have, say, who do we have here that I can pick on? Crystal. So you have a lending company. So you might have a mix of different services or different lending options that you might have for your clients, right? So you want to say, what kind of client am I going after so I can get the best product and service mix to offer, right? So I don't know if you have anything more to say about that, Crystal, but I know you're.
Oh, yes. So yes, that's correct. So then I would like try to go at, because again, we want to help small businesses. So I would target maybe like startup businesses or businesses that are just getting off the ground or need that capital to help them grow, or help with inventory, or help with things like that. So correct. So I would just target the specific businesses that I would need, or that I would want to, inquire about.
Perfect. So then you want to say, what kind of do you want to have? You're going after them, and then you want to plan your advertising. So all of your next steps are based on the type of clients that you want and the type of services and products that you want to provide as well. So you want to commit to it for a year, and then the biggest thing, you want to project your profit. So you're looking at your current clients, you're looking at your clients you would like to have in your product mix and all of that. And you're looking at them as, now, how much is this person or this client worth? And how many more of those do I need to make this profitable for me to go after these folks, right? And how much do we need to do with each client to make that work for us? And then the biggest thing is plan to evaluate this budget or your plan every month. So did anyone have any questions on that?
What if you know your problem, but you have no idea how to solve it? I need money, I need investors, and everything I've done has not worked. So how do I know how to solve my biggest problem? I don't. And I don't have a team that I can bounce stuff off.
You're doing a good job right now. You're talking to a lot of people, right? So what I would do is get that list of people that you've been talking to and follow up with them. I know I have some more ideas for you too. So that's why I'm telling you, because you're going about it the right way. You have a goal in mind, but now how do you get that? How do you get that funding? And there
Right.
is grants, there's funding out there, but keep talking to people. Because again, if you don't have a team, like, you need to build your own team. So get that, earmark who those people are. And if you're able to get them together all in one room, that's even better. But if you can even, like you've been doing one-on-ones with people, I think that's helpful. But then you need to do a follow-up. Again, I would do it. The follow-up needs to be like every month until you get your goal. I mean, that's just, it'll happen, because I know it will, Anita. You're very much of a go-getter. So, but hopefully that answers that.
Thank you.
But Oh, so go ahead.
I'm sorry, Kathy.
Oh, no, that's fine.
You were talking about brainstorming, and I know we used to do the round table and go around and take ideas. But what if you are a one-person company where
Yeah.
you are the one doing the website to the social media posts to visiting clients, you're doing the whole, how do you brainstorm? Do you ask current clients what else you could do for them? Or, I mean, how do you brainstorm ideas on what to do next if you're
Well, like I just told Anita, I would build your circle of trust, if you want to call it that. Get some people that know stuff, put them on, say Anita's case, she needs financing. Okay, so now she knows Crystal. She's going to call Crystal and bounce some things off for her. But it's not just about bouncing things off of people. It's about talking to each of these people for your specific goals. So once you have that team together, again, I would also suggest plan something. Andrea, for you, maybe it's a lunch or a coffee, meet up at the coffee shop and do, just for coming, I'm gonna, do something for you, but I would really love your ideas. And, make sure you're taking notes and, all that stuff. Go ahead.
I just thought of, something, things just pop in. Like when I hear you talk, I get ideas, but, but like a first Friday friend day. I mean, if we could get, just a group of people to get together and bounce, for each of us that don't have, a core group of people. I wonder if we could form some, like a first Friday friend day.
Yeah, because there's definitely think tanks out there. There's it for different specific things, but that sounds like, again, anyone that has just a one-person office, that's a great way to do it. I do a lot of mine through the Connections group is a great group. You realize every week after you go through who's in your group, who would be a good fit to, become one of your either team members or, circle of trust is what I like to call,
Right.
A lot of people. If I've got something that's really hot and I want to see if it is it as hot to me as it is to them, I'll, either shoot them an email or call them and say, what do you think about this idea? So you do have to have like that list of people that you can trust to bounce these things off of. And it really does help.
Thank you.
Sure. All right. So how do you promote your pizzazz? Well, you have to have a budget for it, obviously, right? So this, I know it's going to be tough for a bunch of people because, again, it's the industry average is 4 to 10% of your gross receipts. So if you're a $500,000 business, you need to be spending between 20 and 50,000 on your marketing. That's what they're saying, makes it work. We used to be in the hotel business and I was in charge of $250,000 marketing and ad budget. And it was, it's kind of like putting pieces together because you have this big ad budget and you have your specific products and services that you want to sell to certain clients, right? So you have to, it's basically a guessing game and a puzzle piece game on what should I be doing? So of course, if you don't like doing marketing, you're going to need a marketing consultant, bottom line. But if you like marketing, then you should be good. It just, you got to put your plan together. If you don't like writing your press releases, you need to hire probably a press release coordinator. Every month you should be doing a press release to the local media. I mean, that is the easiest way to get published and to get advertising at no cost. And when I was in the newspaper, the other hat was newspaper business. Those that sent us press releases already set that we didn't have to edit, those got in first. Because we didn't have to do the story. I mean, I know that's lazy, but that's how the news business is even now. So, I mean,
there's some who to send it to. How do you know who to send these press releases to?
Well, you need to research the publication first and find out who the editor is. And that's who you'd want to send it to.
Okay.
It's usually on their website too. And then for like the larger business or for the larger papers, like the Free Press and News, if you go to their website, you just research the area that you want to focus. So there might be a pet person, a pet staff person that writes about pets. That's the one you need to talk to, Anita. And you can get their email right on their website. So you would want to look them up on each website if you're doing that for yourself. Okay. So, and basically it's who, what, where, and why if you're writing your press release. So that's a whole nother program. So The other thing is you want to account for is your memberships. Of course, the chamber has been a valuable membership for me since 1995, and actually before that, because I joined in 1989 with the Ramada, which is now a Holiday Inn, which is going to be something else, I think, shortly. So it's so old I am. I'm sorry. But anyway, memberships are great because, again, you get to meet great people, and you get to meet potential clients and talk about your business. So I really believe before I put money anywhere else, I always put it into a chamber membership or another membership. The next thing you need to be doing are obviously video and audio. So if you don't like doing those type of things yourself, you better budget for it, and they're not very inexpensive. So, and Ron's doing a great job. He's got the video or podcast going. We are able as the chamber to do them on a very inexpensive basis because of our connections. So again, those connections that you meet through the membership are really important.
Who is this Ron person?
Oh, Ron Henricks, our president and CEO of the chamber.
Okay.
Because I work with him on the podcast. Oops, going backwards. Okay, so radio, also cable ads. Believe it or not, people are still doing cable ads because guess what? Now they're streaming. They're still going to make you watch an ad, right? So some clients that I have, they still are spending $4 or $5 grand a month on cable ads, and they're working. So if that's something that was pertaining to your business, you might want to budget for that. Oops. And radio on the same effect is also still up and running, believe it or not. And again, it just depends on your business, whether you need that as part of your marketing plan or not. SEO, super important for any business right now. And that SEO is search engine optimization. Again, a whole nother program, but basically, if you think of Google, and if you're not coming up number one on Google, if you Google yourself, then you need to work on your SEO. So for example, you can pay companies to, I've got one client that he was paying $4,000 a month just in SEO for different companies. So again, you're getting number one on Bing, you're getting number one on Google, you're getting, and it just, again, it depends on your business and how important this is to you, but you can do it a lot manually by just keeping your social media updated. So if you update every time you update your Facebook, your SEO gets updated. Every time you update your website, your SEO gets updated. So you really don't have to, you do have to pay for some ads for if you want to get up in the ranks, but for the most part, you can do a lot of it manually. Oops. Direct mail, believe it or not, it's making a comeback because no one's getting a lot of mail anymore. So some people realize that, and a postcard here and there or a newsletter here and there, those are coming back and they're working.
Or a magazine.
And a magazine also, yes. Oh, Robin's here. Hello, Robin.
Hi.
All right. And then we also have signage. So even if you're a one-man band, you want to have some kind of signage because, if you want to promote at a festival, for example, coming up this weekend, or, anything else that you think you might be a sponsor for a different event, you might want to make sure you have some good signage. And then you also want to budget for trade shows. These were really popular before the pandemic. They're coming back now. So, and people are wanting to go out to these trade shows and meet with folks that they want to do business with. So that might be another place you want to put your advertising dollars. Billboards, again, biggest thing right now are the digital billboards. So they're a lot less expensive. When we started out this company, they were close to $7,500 for a good spot on 75 for a month. Now, I think you can get them through the chamber. I believe one of your members for only, I think it was like $250 a month or something for digital, which is awesome. So it's a great way to get out there in front of cars and get the word out there. Did you have something to say, Jessica?
I was just going to say, yeah, they do run a special, and I'm actually going to be scheduling an email blast coming out, and they're actually doing a 4th of July special. So keep an eye on your email. So if you are looking to do billboards, they'll be doing a discounted rate.
Perfect. Thank you.
Those in the area? Are those
What's
in the
that?
local area?
It's the one, it's on 75 in Brownstown. So it would be, if you're coming up 75, you'll see it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, and then another thing, if you want to budget for it, is your emails. Again, you could do it yourself, but I would definitely suggest getting some kind of program like I use Constant Contact, and I think it's a great program. But basically, you cannot send more than 10 emails out from your personal email anymore without getting spam. So you have to have some kind of professional either doing it for you, or like I said, like a Constant Contact, or I think there's something monkey. What is it?
MailChimp.
But the MailChimp, thank you.
Yeah, but I
know
will
don't use-
say, chamber members do get 25% off Constant Contact.
Oh, even better.
So,
See,
so I would take
Perfect.
advantage of that discount.
absolutely. That's a great idea.
Kathy, did you say if you send out more than 10 emails, it goes into spam now?
Well, you're going to get spammed. Yeah, because for whatever reason, they're changing all the algorithms again. And it used to be like 20 or 30, and now it's down to like 10 for the last because I can't even send it to my board members for the Rotary, and I'm getting some, kickback on it. And I'm like, so now I have to do like only 5 at a time, 5 board members at a time, before so it's really getting tough because there is so much spam out there, right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yep. And then of course, printed goods. So that includes your brochures. You still need a couple of, brochures to hand out to people. And then obviously your website needs to be up and it needs to be in good shape, very important. And again, if you like doing it, great, but if not, you're going to have to hire someone, and it's not cheap either. So got to include that in your budget. Open houses, I think, are great. Those are my favorite ways of marketing, actually, because you can actually talk to people and invite people that might be interested in what you have to promote, or, things like that. So definitely budget for open houses, so you can have a little wine and cheese gathering, that type of thing. Print advertising, of course, we've got Robin and Beth here to share with that, but with the new Trenton profile. But again, print advertising, very important locally. Obviously, it helped me out for 13 years, and it's a great form of, people still are reading. So print advertising is still important. Graphic design, also very important, along with your ad design, but also for your content on your social media. So if you don't like doing it, you're going to have to hire someone to do that for you too. Promotional items, again, real important, because especially if you're going to a trade show, you're going to want to make sure you have promotional items to give out to folks. And of course, you want to budget for sponsorships and events. I think, again, that's another great way to promote your business and give back to the community. I'm a real advocate, obviously, of Rotary, but there's, so many other sponsors that you can be of. You can be behind the scenes giving, and also getting a little recognition too for your business as well. And then directories. Again, this is a whole nother program in itself, but directories, there are so many out there. Again, directories would be things like Merchant Circle. Andrea Blow is a directory with small business. So very important to be updated in those directories. There are so many.
Rotary directory.
Rotary directory, thank you, exactly. There's digital and there's actual print copies as well. Not as many, obviously. Does anyone still get the yellow pages? I think they're down to about this size right now, if they do go out at all. But for the most part, everything's going to be online, I'm guessing. And you want to make sure that it's updated for yourself and make sure that all the information is correct, especially with Google. Like if you move, it sometimes takes like 6 months to get your address corrected, So the biggest thing is Google yourself at least once a month. That's my suggestion, to see what pops up so you can correct it before it gets bad out there. But and I think, see where I am. Oh, not too bad. So let me know if you want to get your Pizzazz on. We've got a free marketing tips at marketinsights.us if you want to sign up over there. I also wanted to let you know, if you give us a review on this program on Google or Facebook, you get entered into a drawing for a $25 restaurant gift card. So just wanted to mention all of that before I open it up for any questions.
I have one question for you, Kathy.
Yeah.
This always comes to mind, obviously, I'm in print and we do social media and stuff too, but when I always look at print, because I've said this I've been in print for a while now, and I remember saying it 10 years ago, I need to get out of the business, is going away kind of thing. And I even thought about getting out at that point, but I didn't. And it's interesting to see how print still makes a difference in the sense of, like, I'll see companies that are in print all the time and I see them all over the place, and I'll see them on social media, and then I'll see people that are not in any print and they're on social media only. And I see a big difference between the companies that are in print and social media together versus just one avenue. You know what I'm saying? And so
Absolutely.
I think it's really beneficial to have both at this point,
Yes,
especially
and
on a local basis. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I'll
And
look at corporate companies and they'll have like a nursing home, they're corporate run. Well, you never see them in anything locally. And there's like, well, it's because we're corporate and they don't do anything locally. And I go, God, they're just missing out so much by not being seen locally, you know?
right. And I think the biggest thing with that, and then this is one thing that I do for my clients, is basically show them the value of the numbers. So you have a distribution number that gets out there in front of people in the magazine, and then you can also show them the numbers that you're getting on Facebook because you're promoting your advertisers there. And like with your new vodcast, I'm sure that's another thing. I would take note of the numbers and show, these are the numbers we're getting for even our vodcast. Very important that once you put all this in your plan, that you're actually getting numbers for each of these. So if we go back to all of these things, if I'm paying a marketing consultant, $2,000 a month for their services, I better be seeing some results. So what are my results? Am I getting 40,000 in hits on my website because of this marketing consult? You want to make sure that whatever you're doing in this whole realm of your budget, that you're getting some benefit out of it, right? So you should be able to look at each one of these items and say, okay, yeah, I'm spending $220 or $300 now with the chamber, for example. But you know what? I just got a client and he's now spending $1,000 a month with me, type thing. So that sponsorship's definitely worth it for me. So because of that. So that's the thing that is really important too when thinking about all of these things, because you don't need all of these things in your business, but some people do. So it just depends what's going to be the best benefit, bang for your buck in your pizzazz, right? So
I think me and Robin need to be on a billboard on 75.
would that be cute?
Wouldn't it be obnoxious?
Billboard right now. My husband's on a billboard. So I was asking you about the digital. It sounds like a lot cheaper to go. I might be contacting you. He might be joining your chamber there.
Oh, good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
See another benefit. Good.
Now, Kathy, when you were talking like the vodcast and then your Facebook and Instagram, all that stuff that we're doing a lot more than we ever did. How do you get the word out? Like when you're talking to people. So say if I'm talking to somebody about print, then I'm going to say to them, okay, we're getting this amount of hits on from our podcast and on our website and somebody. So when you're talking to somebody, you're letting them know that. Is that how you get it out?
That's one way, but you're also tracking it and you're putting it on paper somewhere too. Okay. So you can shoot this out to people too, that, hey, not only is it this month that we had this, but last month we had, 5,000 people look at it too. So you're showing them consistency and that you're tracking it every month, that type of thing. Because that's the biggest thing with the value is just what other value can you come to the table, for your client.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Anybody else? I know kind of before the project's done, but or before the time limit, but anybody have anything else? They just want to chit chat.
Is there one of the things that you had gone over? Is there something that you think, or the top 3 things that people should be doing
as far as promoting
okay. your business?
That is a good question. I think definitely memberships. And the thing is, in my personal business, I think sponsorships is really important, but that might not be for everyone, right? But memberships, I think, are the biggest thing you can do for yourself. your website is your next biggest thing, because that should be up to date. And again, so you are able to access the numbers, so you know how many people are hitting it, and if that's important to your clients. If you have anything about your clients on your website, that's going to be important.
Everything.
And then obviously print, any kind of advertising. So, we said print advertising, that would include, I don't even have social media on here. I did miss something. So social, I figure that's a given anymore, but no, social media should be on here. So that should be all encompassing with your type of advertising and print advertising. So I think those would be the top 3 for me.
Are you ever going to have a workshop on how to use the business Facebook, all the ins and outs? Because I'm just learning as I go, about boosting posts and how to read the insights of all the numbers. And there's just so much to it. And like I said, I'm learning as I go, but I'd really would like a workshop.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do something like that. I'll just get with Jessica and see if she needs something in the future. And
because awesome.
The biggest thing is they keep just changing where the buttons are. So as long as you know where the buttons are, it should be good. But I'm happy to go through that, because I know it's something new like every day with them. So.
Right.
No, but that's actually one of the things that we get requested is questions about social media, especially LinkedIn lately. I don't know if people are just, looking more towards LinkedIn, but you got to kind of find your target audience on social media, because, if you're targeting 20-year-olds, Facebook's not the spot.
Right. Yeah. Because actually I got rid of Twitter as far as part of what I do, because it was too negative for me. And it was too out there for me, and my clients weren't there. So again, you got to know where your clients are at. Like most of mine are on Facebook or LinkedIn. So and YouTube. So that's where I know I'm going. So, but did anyone have anything else? Well, I so appreciate you tuning in.
Thanks for doing this for us, Kathy.
Oh,
Thank you, Kathy. Yeah.
absolutely.
Everybody.
Nice
Great to
seeing
see you
everybody.
too.
Robin, I'm going to call you.
I thought so.
And Anita, yes, you did.
Really nice seeing all of you.
Oh, good. Thank you, Andrea.
I saw just when I went into chat, I saw your question. So yes, you
Okay.
did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No,
Did I miss any?
No, I asked Andrea a question.
Oh, okay. So I didn't need to answer anything. Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
I want to ask Robin and Beth. Am I crazy?
Yep.
How do you get to be profiled in your magazine or on your show?
Well, you talk to us, I guess, and we talk it out.
That's big, because this was our first one, obviously. So we're still in the process of moving
the details. For the show,
stuff like that.
Because we're trying to figure out details. There may be like sponsorships, packages, and certain things like that offered.
Our next one will be on Monday, though, so you'll be seeing it again soon.
Good.
Is it weekly, monthly? How often is it?
We're still working on it right now too, but at the moment, I think we're going to try every 2 weeks. So we'll see.
So how do we find you? How do we find it? I'm kind of technically challenged.
It's going to be on our Facebook, Go Down River.
Yeah.
Go Down River.
Go Down River.
Yeah, and we're gonna, when we have a website, we'll end up having it on there. And
Okay.
And
I'm trying
to figure out how to get it on Instagram, because Instagram.
I'm real close to getting it on Instagram. I think.
Well, you sent it to all our followers privately, but
yeah,
but it's not there.
I think I'll hit it on Instagram today. So.
Anyway, but usually, I mean,
it's Monday, this coming Monday.
Yeah, and we're hoping to do an email blast with Jessica too. So I think we're going to see it on there too. So
yeah, I sent you an email back on the info with it.
Yeah. I saw
okay, good.
I don't know if the show's coming out Monday. That's when we're filming Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it depends when they edit it, which shouldn't be too long though.
Okay.
But she'd asked, how does somebody get in our magazine? How do they get profiled or whatever? Usually it's advertisers that are usually, profiled in our magazine. And that's basically, this podcast is like a promotional tool for businesses or organizations. And things
I see.
that.
Okay.
The first one was our introduction. So now we'll be highlighting our businesses. So.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Have a great day, everybody.
Yeah.
Too.
Thanks everybody for joining us.
Thanks again. Hope you had something out of it.
All right, are we concluding? Are we going
Yes.
bye bye?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Unless you're trying to stay back and
How do
chat.
I get out of here?
All right, I'll end it for everybody. Thanks for joining us.